What's going on, guys? Gonna do a interview with Dusty on a Zoom conference. So we're getting that set up right now, and yeah, let's jump right in. I gotta fix some things. Gotta remove the client logo on this one,
Hello?
and we're gonna get started. Hey, Dusty, give me 1 second, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing
Yeah,
good. How you doing?
absolutely.
All right, so got that. I was setting up like the Zoom stuff. So just FYI, I always record all this stuff for like training and purposes for people inside to do interviews as well.
Sure, no problem.
And if I got my video set up, you should see me now.
Yeah.
Let me exit WhatsApp because someone in the team's like messaging me a lot, and I don't want that recorded. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Where are you based out of?
We are in Virginia Highlands, so like right near Midtown.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm here in, this is like my home suite or whatever, like in Atlantic Station.
Cool.
I need to get an office building. I've just been doing like those virtual business setups. But,
Oh, true.
yeah, a lot of my, a lot of like what I first started was just like web design.
Okay.
And then as I like kind of grew, there was like, I realized that I could just like package videos or stuff of that nature to help my clients out to add to their websites.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I guess like to just get right into what I'm looking for is like I find that as I keep getting more web design clients or like marketing projects,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for like other agencies or people involved just in video to
Mm-hmm.
kind of do that for me. Because before, like I did have like interns or I did hire staff, but I've always found it like better to just do like a JV with someone who
Right.
just focuses on video.
Yeah.
And so like in the past, I would always try to just find someone like on Thumbtack or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I put that posting up. So I
Okay.
guess I just wanted to hear more about like what you do. I saw some of your stuff you
Yeah.
posted, and
Actually, that's really refreshing to hear that because a lot of the people that I've interacted with seem to be looking for an all-in-one package,
Mhm.
doing what you just talked about and doing what I just talked about. And I tend to see much more quality work from separating those job descriptions.
yeah,
So I have about 13 plus years experience doing predominantly video work.
yeah. Okay.
Um, I've kind of worn every hat. I've worked a lot of different projects.
Yeah.
My goal is to strictly focus on producing and directing. Um, but I have done lots of editing throughout the years. I've done directing.
Okay.
I've done sound. I mean, I've done lighting. You name it. Since I've been to Atlanta, let me actually back up a little bit. I chose to go to school while I was down in Orlando still.
Yeah.
I was born and raised there. And so during all of my freelance experiences, I was like, why not get like a hands-on education with film?
Yeah.
And so I ended up doing the Valencia film program, which some people have heard about, some people haven't. Spielberg recommended it a while ago on like a
Okay.
late night show.
That's cool. I like
Yeah,
Spielberg.
so I figured I'd check it out. So I graduated there. My wife and I decided to move up to Atlanta because I know there was a lot of film projects going on up here.
Mhm.
So since I've been up here, I've had the luxury of working on a Netflix series. I worked on, I don't know if you're familiar with Lil Yachty, but he's like a pretty well-known hip hop artist.
Okay. That's
I
cool.
just did it. He had a sponsorship, or he had like an agreement with Axe Body Spray. So I just 2 days ago I was working on that video. But yeah, I definitely want to focus on. It would be my dream come true to have a scenario where I have people working, pursuing individual elements of the filmmaking aspect.
Mhm.
I would love to have that, and I especially feel that I'm qualified for that because I know the ins and outs of all the individual aspects that make up the filmmaking, and so I feel like I could have a good communication with the individuals that are doing that. Are you particularly looking for someone to work with a team, or are you looking for someone to just kind of singularly handle the video stuff?
So right now the games was like on a per project basis.
Okay.
And when you say the team, like, can you clarify, like, what do you mean, like
Yeah.
the
So
internal
for
Blendlogic team, or like, or
specifically for the filmmaking aspect,
okay,
I guess I would need to kind of understand a little bit more specifically what type of videos you're looking to have made. And
okay,
I've checked out Blendlogic,
mm-hmm.
and it looks really great. And so from what I can gather, obviously we're building company identity. Would be
Mm-hmm.
making a video, or you would need someone to come in and make video to
Yeah,
help build
yeah,
the business identity for the companies, right?
yeah. So like, for full transparency and like where I'm at with my business and what I've been
Mm-hmm.
seeing with my clients is essentially, it's like, most of the people I've taken on, they're all personal brands or stuff of that nature, and they all need like these certain elements where they at least need like a professionally made brand story video, and then typically in the engagements I've done, so I also do like Facebook ads and stuff like that, and I
Okay.
try to also knock that, like, at least the like, for each Facebook ad, it's usually a campaign, and we try to launch something. So at least
Okay.
also not only do a brand story, but at least have some kind of video takes where we can re-edit them or re-leverage them, for the Facebook ads. So
Okay.
that's typically what's involved in like the package that I sell them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I found from my previous experience, and why I wanted to get you on the call, is like different freelancers or different agencies, they have like their pricing points. And
Right.
so I'm trying to figure out, like, I need to make a certain percentage, but I want to give, because most of the work is done by you, right? I want to
Mm.
pay like a fair price.
Right.
So in my past projects, like, I budgeted like 3,000 for most
Mm.
projects, when I
Okay.
was just first starting out. And then as I got like more clients and more familiar with how it works,
Mm.
this doesn't have to be. I don't know what your prices are, so that's why I wanted to talk to you. But
Right.
most people I met, they try to do like like per day or per shoot, and then they also have prices on like on the post processing.
Yeah.
So not that
It,
I'm just trying to get like numbers in my head so that
sure.
I could like better appropriate and sell the project, and
Right.
just let them know straight up, like, this is what it would cost.
Yeah. For me, it definitely varies project by project. I mean, it's
Okay.
always hard to create to give someone a number that's going to be consistent, because it really is just project by project.
Okay.
I've done things that the client was asking for 18,000 re-edits,
Yeah,
versus
dude. Like, in web
yeah,
design, it's like the same thing. I'm just like, damn,
right.
dude. Like, I gotta like set limits.
Yeah,
Right.
and
So.
it's hard because I want to be able to deliver what they want, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I mean, you have to draw the line somewhere,
Yeah.
and definitely in the like contract ahead of time,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
2 edits or
For sure.
3 edits,
Yeah.
it's like pretty good. But yeah, no, I've always tried to base it off of industry standards that I look
Mhm.
up. I've oftentimes I like kind of like what you were describing, where you started at 3,000 when you were doing it earlier.
Yeah.
Definitely started at a point where my numbers were lower. I pretty commonly, consistently, if, for example, I am part of a team project, my numbers never go higher than a couple hundred a day.
Mhm.
At most 400 a day. If it's something that I'm handling entirely, if I am making sure that we have the necessary equipment, the necessary manpower, I'm overseeing post production. I mean, then it's obviously going to be more. Let's say if it was like a 2-minute video and it was all able to be done in one location, and there's at most two talent, then it's something that would definitely I could bring to under 10 grand.
Okay.
But it just depends. It really depends. It depends on what their budget is, and it depends on what they want, how high of quality. Because for some things, you have to rent equipment. For a lot of times, you have to rent equipment.
Yeah.
So it just depends. The more flexible clients will get cheaper prices.
Mhm.
Um,
So, okay, like, I'm thinking about like my existing clients and who my target demographics are. So, like, for most of these people, like, I have found in my own experience, like, that's the range that they're willing to spend, like 3,000 or around then.
right.
So,
Okay.
like, do you have examples or portfolios you could send me of what that was able to produce?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Okay.
I've definitely done videos in that price range,
Okay.
and ones that I'm proud of.
Okay.
So
Cool.
for sure, I can do that. And that's just the thing, is it's like, as long as you can be transparent with them and let them know, okay, 3,000 is good. It can get you all of these things.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with making you a quality video in that price range. The only thing that's going to mess that up is your friend or family member that's going to come along and say, hey, have you heard about this new cool technique that can be done? And then they say, hey, I heard about this cool new technique that can be done. And then you're like, yeah, that's cool, but that's going to cost this much more. I can't do that within this price range, you know?
Exactly, yeah. And then something you brought up, and I wanted to, like, so you're building your agency and you want to be like director and stuff. So do your projects also involve I guess I'm blanking on the name, like the scripting? Because
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Okay, yeah, cool. Actually that's something I really enjoy doing. I love the creative process. I should have clarified earlier, like I want to write, direct, produce. I just kind of want to be the creative powerhouse.
And then like if you have to, like, you could get someone to film for you, or you could film yourself.
Yes.
Or you could get someone to edit for you, or you could film yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is here at Blendlogic. Like, I technically could do everything, but like I have to scale because I just can't do everything myself anymore. So.
Right. Yeah. Understood.
Cool. Awesome. So I guess kind of just on like a alignment standpoint, I guess, may I ask like why you got started in video or like doing it yourself, or
I mean, it was just
want to join like an existing company or you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was a passion thing. I think I'm 30 full. I'll just be transparent. I'm 30 years old now. I think I was around 14 or 15 when I first decided. I mean, I'd always grown up watching movies. I loved them.
Yeah.
And 14, 15 decided I wanted to be a filmmaker. And from there, it was just a endless self-education. I mean, I obviously got actual education as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, I've just always wanted to get into that. And then I think somewhere around, I was in a band that a 3-piece like rock band that had toured the country several times, and I had a really great time doing it. Cool. Right out of college.
What did you play?
I played bass and I sang.
We should jam together, dude. I play piano.
Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic.
I haven't played in a while. I might suck. We might jam and be like, yo, this guy doesn't actually play.
That's okay. I'm in the same boat because in between during the move and a lot of other stuff going on, I took a long break from it anyways. I just got new strings on mine anyway, so I was happy.
Okay, that's sick.
But yeah, so I had kind of focused on that for a long time, and it was wonderful. I had a great time playing around with my friends, but at a certain point, I kind of knew I wanted to get back on track with my dream. And so I started I was a bartender as well, because, you know, being in a band doesn't exactly pay the bills.
Yeah,
and so I was a manager at a craft beer bar in Orlando for several years. And it was really good money, but I ended up, you know, they were like a family. I loved them, but I ended up putting in like 2 months notice and being like, hey guys, I got to do full-time film program. I got to do this. And during that whole time too, I had been doing freelance stuff. And so for a long period of time, freelance film work just kept me afloat. And I enjoyed it. I got hands-on experience. I was able to pay the bills with it. And I did school. And then afterwards, when I graduated from Valencia, I chose to come up here because there's just a lot of film work up here. I mean, every single day, like, we're driving around and there's like projects everywhere. And I think what you're doing fits very well with where I see myself, as far as something to keep my creative juices constantly going. Because I mean, like in a parallel sense, I'm also working on writing a full season show for Adult Swim that I want to try to pitch to them.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, so my
one of my friends does coding for them. I don't like.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I think it's like the online Flash games or something like that.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah.
So he works for them.
That seems awesome. Yeah, they're really branching out with a lot of stuff they're doing now. But my one of my best friends is the co-writer. So he and I, since I moved up here, he and I are doing Skype or like this writing sessions pretty frequent. But I mean, that's kind of my creative outlet. And I would like my to fulfill something like with what you're doing as my other creative outlet, because you know, I can go out and do hands-on film work, which I've done here and there here. But I don't know. I would like something consistent. I'm very goal oriented. I like to have like a schedule set. I like as not rigid as I would like to be. I tend to be a little bit like I enjoy like having like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna do this, tomorrow we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay. So at least like, so I feel like I have to address something because
Yeah.
I've heard this before with is like so. At least at my current pricing right now, I do it on a per project basis. So I'm always trying to find leads and be like, okay, who can I give this to? And like, dude, hearing your story and you being here local to Atlanta, it's like definitely a plus.
Sure.
But yeah, I just feel like I have to say that because right now I cannot afford like just paying salary. So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
No,
so,
I
yeah.
understand, but I guess I'm more so referring to where I can see your sights set. It seems like you want to make a consistency type of thing, or
or like for me, it's like I feel like I find that people who, well, like once I get to know them, it's like like I just put it out there. So basically, like the process for my video things is like, hey, I have this client, and I have like my connections. I'm just like, anyone want to take it for this amount?
Yeah.
And then like usually I prefer local before I try to find like the outside people who would travel.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you that: are you willing to travel for like any engagement? I mean, it's all in the U.S. right now. Okay.
Of course, absolutely. I had a pretty consistent organization I worked for back in Orlando, and I mean, they flew me out to Las Vegas and Dallas and a couple of places, and I'm definitely into traveling for sure. I enjoy it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I think that covers like on my end. Do you have any questions on like the type of work it would be, or like for example, I guess one of the newest clients I have who I'm working on upselling towards like the video and the Facebook thing.
Right.
So I had a verbal close. She's a bath bomb company, and I have to go back and look at the signature of what she wanted. But basically, it's like I know she needs like a brand video, and I know she's gonna need video ads.
Yeah.
And I know a big part of it is like also they have to be comfortable speaking in the camera, and hopefully you could like coach them on that.
Right.
But she is in Boston, and we're trying to wrap up the website to launch today, and then like get some feedback, and hopefully start doing video edits by 2019 or video creation. So I could send you that link, and just basically like get your feedback on like what you think we would have to do. Like you don't have to make anything, like just a simple paragraph like, hey, this is what I think she should do.
Absolutely.
And it's totally your call if you want to watch, because I record everything. Like if you want to watch what I've said with her before.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely like to see how you're doing what you do for sure.
Okay, cool. So I could send you those, and then like I'm like 95% sure she's gonna want to do like the whole shebang.
Yeah. Okay.
And then and then in terms of so one problem or like one issue I'm trying to work through with my business is you know how you're saying like with projects there's always like these edits you have to do. Right. So the thing with Facebook ads and how I run Facebook ads, are you familiar with them, or like how it's
for sure.
Okay. Well, I do it on like.
I mean, not in a sense of running it, but I'm familiar.
You've seen them, yeah.
That's a good question.
Okay, Okay, so like, so I come from like an analytical background. I went to tech. I studied programming, so I'm always about like optimization, and basically the way to optimize is you split test everything, and like every 4 days I try to just choose what's working, and then and then just until we hit a point. And I have found that. Like, I know that videos convert better on ads than images. Right. But there's a gap problem between the fulfillment of video. Because I could always edit an image all day. Like, I have a team and I could do it myself. And maybe this is something you could think about. You don't have to answer this now. But, like, so knowing that I try to get new videos or new edits done every 4 days for Facebook ads, like, what price do you think that would be to, like, get that set up? Like, let's say I run 4 ads at the same time. Some of them are slightly different, and then after like a week or 4 days, like you have to choose the winner and then try to choose other 4 winners or create.
How long are the videos?
Typically a minute, and then then the minute videos hopefully drive them to a page that has either a brand story or like a specifically tailored like long form content, like anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes of them trying to sell them or the viewers. Yeah. So the most thing that changes is like those videos that are the Facebook ads.
Right.
And they're not really like, you don't have to refilm. They're just like, maybe we could see if we could cut it a different way, or
Okay,
let's
so
look
you're
at
talking
different
about.
footage. Yeah,
So let me just see if I'm on the same page. So you're talking about you footage is grabbed. So we set up a day of shooting or
yeah,
so whatever it is,
yeah,
and the footage is grabbed, and then every 4 days do a re-edit for a minute video using that footage
yeah.
for
And like, let's
how
just
many
try and
videos?
see if
Like
we could beat it. Let's just always try to
right,
beat it and make a better
sure,
video.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. For the actual edits for the minute long edits, you're asking me what a price would be to consistently do that
yeah, for a month,
for a
or like
month.
basically what I just said, like the whole thing. It's like, okay,
So between shooting video every 4 days for a month,
yep,
re-edit.
mm-hmm.
So if the shoot was 1 day and the different edit every 4 days, I would say, let me see. Sorry, let me just try to grab.
I mean, like, you can
I
just
have
throw a
to. I have to
ballpark
write this
number.
down.
Yeah, you can
What's
just
up?
throw a ballpark number because
Okay,
like
a ballpark number.
I'm trying to like basically I price myself like right now is my prices are based on images. But I'm
Right.
like I know I need to charge higher for Facebook ad videos because it takes
Yeah.
longer. Like I mean, for me at least, like I
Yeah.
can easily change
It's
an image. But
from just based on the fact that it's another edit every 4 days and plus the shooting for a month. I mean, it's going to be at least in the ballpark of like five.
okay, per month.
Somewhere in that vicinity. I would honestly, just to give you an actual number, I would need to write this all out and do the math.
Mm-hmm. And you can email me back, but like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
5,000 for a dedicated video staff to like try and make different,
Oh, staff. Yeah,
or
yeah.
like
Okay.
not even staff, just like someone doing
Just
it for like a client.
yeah.
Like if I was a
Right.
client and this is what I pitch them, I'm like, hey, I'm
Right.
doing this. Then if I show them, then they're gonna watch all videos and be like, well, they want to see that they're different.
Right.
So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to do fulfillment on what I say I'm gonna deliver.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean 5,000's fine. Like I'll just
Yeah.
pitch it that way.
Okay.
I mean, it
Okay.
does take time. I'm just curious on like
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
would be for
yeah.
you.
I'll definitely email you afterwards when I like write down those actual numbers, so I can give you something I feel is a little more accurate.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
You got any more questions for me, or?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
That's cool.
So you had mentioned this bath bomb thing possibly
Yeah.
2019.
Yep. Or
Okay.
hopefully earlier. I mean, she moved
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
quickly on the website. She actually just gave me like 5 days to deliver, and I was
Mhm.
like, sure, I'll do it.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm just trying to just market myself so I could get more clients. So I could, yeah, the whole
Right.
shebang, the whole
Oh,
shebang.
and so like one other question too. So like if that, just using that as a platform, in the case of, so if you need footage done, if we like set up a shoot, do you have any already kind of like method of going through talent or sets that you would use, or would you want someone to come in and kind of figuring all those logistics out?
What do you
As-
mean? I'm not
okay,
even
so
sure what
for-
the question is. Sorry.
Okay. So for the actual shoot, like let's use the bath bomb as an example.
Mhm.
So for the actual shoot, let's say if you need you need footage of someone in a bathroom, just really nice like shots of a bath and the person submerged in the water, and you have the bath bombs working.
Mhm.
So obviously you need a location, you would need a talent. My question is like, have you in the past have you gone through any means of acquiring these people, or would you need someone to
No.
personally into?
Yeah, so like
I
honestly,
take
for
over all
for all the clients I mentioned before, they're all more or less like personal brands. So they've all just had to be who the client is. So
Oh,
I'm assuming
okay,
that you're
okay,
saying
okay.
like for bath bombs, we have to hire like a model or like get a location.
Okay, so it's even possible that it would be in their house.
Yes, yeah. Like no, honestly, like straight up,
Okay.
like most people I've worked with have all
Cool.
been personal brands.
Okay,
And
that's
it's just-
definitely makes things a lot cheaper too.
Okay, yeah, it's just been like them explaining their why, and then cut in some B-roll footage of like their product or
Okay.
like, nice shots. And
Okay,
for
yeah.
me, that's at least been enough.
Yeah,
Of
absolutely.
course, like if I dove deep into like I'm just trying to sell a whole package of like a website, product, video, ads.
Understood. Okay. Yeah, I did. Back in Orlando, I worked for this Russian production company that they would go out and do videos just like what you described for Kickstarter projects. So we had some interesting ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's similar. The setup is similar. It was the person talking about it, and then we get footage.
Yeah, I actually just saw like something like that, not just for Kickstarter, but like in like San Fran. I think it was called like Video something. It was really funny. They had like, do you use Wistia, or do you know what that is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Okay, maybe like when you send me an email, look for it. I thought it was a really funny ad.
Yeah.
Because like now that I'm in this space, I just try to watch ads for the sake of like breaking them down.
Sure, yeah.
But they did one where it was like, okay, this is what $1,000 video producer can get you. Here's what 10,000 video production can get you, and here's what 100,000 can get you. And it was like really funny because like they had a dude right in the 1,000 and 10,000, and then in the 100,000 one, they used a model, like just a really good looking guy. And I was like, yeah, I was like, that's actually really funny. So
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool, man. Thanks.
Cool.
I see you like you do biking. Do you go in the Beltline a lot, or?
I do. We live right off the Beltline. It's so awesome.
That's sick.
I'm really, really happy to be living so close. So we live right near Pond City Market.
Okay.
So like Virginia Highlands, we're on the southeastmost side.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we're right there, and I can jump on the Beltline and go to Piedmont Park or go to Pond City Market.
Have you seen people using like electric skateboards? Is that become a thing?
Oh my
now?
God, there's like an abundance of
Dude,
it.
I'm actually thinking about buying one. Like my friend just got
It
one.
looks cool.
And I rode it, and I'm like, in my mind, every day I've been checking Amazon. I'm just like, dude, I don't know. It's about to be Black Friday. Like, I might.
Yeah, I definitely feel like a kid on the holidays the one kid that didn't get that present for sure. Like every I see those. I see the skateboards. I see those like mono tire ones. Have you seen those?
Oh, dude,
It's like
those
a-
are
it's like
crazy.
a
Yeah, I've
skateboard.
seen them in like San
These
Diego
are
and
nuts.
stuff.
They're all over the Beltline though. It's like the one that's like a skateboard with a slit cut and then the tire in the middle. And then there's one where it's like you put your feet on either side of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. How do they do it? How does it work? It's magic.
For sure. Well, it was good to meet you, man.
Yeah, man. You said you'll send me some information after with like some of the projects, and then I'll follow up with like, any questions.
Let me send you. I'll just send you an email with a ton of links on low budget projects that I've done.
Okay.
And I will, if you want me to specifically figure that out, that you mentioned about the bath or the Facebook ads.
Yeah, that can work too. And then I'll send you like the I'm planning on giving you that bath bomb company for that client.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Because since we just had this talk, like I feel like there's no need to ask anyone else. So
sure, yeah, absolutely.
If that falls through, I'm supposed to have meetings with her after we finish this launch.
Okay.
Then probably get that set up. Like by next
absolutely.
year.
Okay, cool. I'm game, man. Well, absolutely. It was a pleasure, and I'll go and send you all this stuff.
All right, man. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Take care, man.
Take care. What up? That was Dusty here in Atlanta. Cool that he goes on the Beltline every time. So yeah, Dusty, send me those links. So if you're curious what I'm doing now, because I'm about to send you this video, or if you watch this on YouTube, I try to be as transparent as possible what it's like working with Blendlogic and how I run my business, because I believe in full visibility and like accountability. And I think everyone who decides to work with me as a client or decides to work with me through JV as like, maybe you want to be a video producer, or my brother wants to do copywriting, or like maybe you want to just learn about Facebook ads, be a ClickFunnels. Like I do this with everyone I meet, and yeah, I just think it's cool to just post my interviews, right? Because I think a lot of times like when I was working corporate, I would look at Glassdoor and I'd be like, what's it like actually working for these people, or what would it be like? And if I just showcase to you like from the beginning, which technically working with me would be our initial interviews, you get an idea of like how like that, not just that you could like, again, like let's see, if you watch this, I'm actually referring to people on YouTube because my target audience, right? Dude, that's a guy who's had a dream, passion to build a huge like video production, and it's just about executing. And I think some of you guys may be seeing this. It's like, dude, as I connect with more and more people, right, it becomes normalized, right, that people actually don't need to work corporate to get jobs, or if you have a dream, you'll like make it happen, right? Like he did bartending, right? And you know, for me, like you guys know my story, right? I did lifeguarding. I did like I would just sleep on my friends' couches. I would do Uber driving, like whatever I had to do, right? One of my first jobs out of college was Bricks for Kids, where I taught kids how to play with Legos. So it was actually probably one of the best jobs I had, because I just got to teach and help people out. But you know, I want you guys taking a lot out of this, and even if for this outro, it's like just like meet people who are doing things that you want to be doing, right? If you want to be a video production, I'll leave links for his, you know, his website and all this stuff. Like, and if you need to have a conversation with him, then have a conversation. But you know, to me, it's like, for me, like, and I feel like I have to say this because it's more than, you know, just making a digital marketing agency company. I think for like what I hope this is it's for you, like what it was for me meeting Jordan. Like Jordan was a basketball trainer who traveled the world, NBA basketball trainer who traveled the world teaching kids basketball, and now teaching NBA clients, you know, basketball. And I had to see it, right? And so I hope that like if I just show you the interview, and like if we start working together, or like all this stuff, right, you start seeing that like, oh, there are actually people who just add value and don't have to work corporate, and they just make it happen, like whatever their dreams are, right? So Dusty, it's really cool connecting with you. I don't know if you're gonna watch the outro part or not, but yeah, that's how I run the business. I post everything on YouTube and do full transparency. So yeah, man, nice connecting with you. Maybe we'll meet up one day and jam on the piano, which I don't have it. I haven't played in a while, man. I might be rusty, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. I actually still have to do a live stream today, so I've had a busy morning. Be sure to check out the Ballers group. You guys want to see my live stream? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to be talking about sales and marketing, so check that out. Peace.